All right, awesome. Looks like we are live here. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope today has been, or if you're watching this live, happy Monday. If you're watching this any other day of the week, happy whichever day of the week it is for you. I apologize for missing Friday's live. I had intended to do one, but I was otherwise occupied. I got a little bit of food poisoning. I have a pretty good idea of what it was from, and I spent a decent amount of my day on Friday pretty much literally glued to the toilet. So, but I'm back. I'm upright. I'm moving again. Let me just share this really quick onto, oops, shoot. And then we're going to dive in. I'm just going to share this on a couple pages real fast. What I had, and then while you're logging in, be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're logging in from. I ate on accident. Well, I guess I drank rather. On accident, I drank some rotten coconut milk the night before. How it was an accident, I just poured a glass of it. I never pour a glass of it. I don't know what it was. It just felt like having a little milk for some reason. I do that once, maybe every 2 years. And didn't look at it, took a huge gulp of it and thought, wow, this tasted kind of funky. And after that, I realized what was going on, took a whiff of it, smelt it, looked at it, realized the error of my ways, threw it away. And then the next morning I went to make my post-workout smoothie, and I had some rotten lettuce leaves or vegetable leaves of some sort that got in there. And I think the combination of the two was just a little bit more bacteria than my body could bear. And then it let me know about it. I see Debbie from Northern Ireland logging in, Virginia from Moore Park. Hey, Virginia, I was just down in Moore Park area the other day. Let's see who else is here. Cindy's also from Ireland. We got a couple Ireland people in the house. Great to see you all in here. Rita's here. Peter is here. Larry. Hello, Larry. How you doing, buddy? Hannah's here. Carol's here. Eric, Michelle, Leanne, Debbie, Cindy, Jenny. Great to see so many of you on here. So really quick message for today that I want to dive into. I want to be respectful of your time. Actually, let me switch this so this is a little bit closer. I want to talk with you all about, well, actually, quick update before we jump into today's message. We are just a little over a week away from Sunrise Sunset Day, and I would love you to participate. If you've never heard of Sunrise Sunset Day before, let me give you a quick synopsis of it. A few years ago, when I did the 1 year 1,000 challenge of the 1,022 new things I had never done before in one calendar year, my absolute favorite of them was International Sunrise Sunset Day. And this was an event where we had quite a few people from all over the world. I think it was over 33 countries at that time. Took a photo of the sunrise and or sunset from wherever they were, shared it, and I made it into a little photo album, like a narrative movie slideshow with a story to it. The reason why this was my favorite is because sometimes, and especially if you turn in the news, they feed you such a line of bullshit, like we're all so different, we're so strange, our views are so different, and that we just can't coexist, we can't get along. And what I loved about this is that all of us were stopping and sharing the sunrise and sunset, and you realize that we all shared the same sun. We all stopped to celebrate the sunrise the same way, the sunset the same way. Each one of us captured these special moments. And I just loved how much of a community feel it made of it. That's why it's my favorite event. And then in 2014, I wanted to do something to honor my best friend who was killed in a car accident the previous year. He had started a nonprofit event. He had started a nonprofit that needed to have ongoing funding with it. And the nonprofit was something that was near and dear to my heart because I was a part of the early planning stages with them and the initial outing with it. So I decided, what better way to honor him than creating this event where it would be people from all over the world could do it, and we could raise money for the nonprofit. Well, fast forward, we've now had sunrises and sunsets shared in, I think, over 110 countries, all 7 continents, including Antarctica. We've raised over $70,000 for this nonprofit, and the event keeps going. So this year, what we're doing, and I want to do from every year going forward, is I don't want it to just be made exclusive to honoring one person or exclusive to supporting one nonprofit. But what I'm really encouraging everybody to do this year is to make this event a day of honoring a loved one who's no longer a physical presence in your life. Make this event a day about celebrating somebody, the life of somebody who's impacted you, the life of somebody who's touched you, whether it's your grandma, a good friend, whoever, a brother, a sister, a former teacher, somebody who's no longer present. Take a photo of the sunrise and or sunset from wherever you are in the world and honor them. It doesn't matter if it's a purple skies or if it's cloudy or whatever it is, because those are all important to the narrative. Share it on my Facebook page. And there's a event link on here. That should be easy to find. And if you can't find the event link, let me know in the comments. I'll give it to you, or somebody else on here will likely be able to copy and paste it to you. But I really want you to, I encourage you to do this. And then, and additionally, if you'd like to, make a financial donation to a organization, a charity, a nonprofit that your person that you're honoring that day would be really passionate about. If you want to participate in ours and supporting Reach Out Worldwide, you can definitely do so. And, there's a lot of other ones that are amazing organizations out there that you may hold near and dear to your heart. Perhaps it's a hospice organization, a Make-A-Wish Foundation, maybe Wounded Warriors or something for animals. Whatever's in your heart and that your loved one would love to see, make a donation in their honor, in their name. It doesn't have to be a big one. Be $5, $10. If you don't want to make a financial donation, go and volunteer for a few minutes in your community. Do something that is in honor of them. Do a physical act, because what I really want September 12th to be on Sunrise Sunset Day is become a huge day of us collectively getting together, sharing photos of the sunrise and sunset from wherever we are in the world, and honoring our loved ones, but honoring in a way of celebration, right? Honoring a way where it's a special, just a very special day that we can all connect with those we've lost and smile and do something that we know they'd be stoked about. So that's the one big update. One other update too is if you are going to be in Santa Barbara next week on September 12th, and if you'd like to come hear me speak, I'll be doing the keynote for Hospice of Santa Barbara, which is at the Coral Casino. You can go to their website to get tickets for that lunch. I'm not sure what the tickets are, but it's a fundraiser too, so it might be fun for you to do. And if you do show up, please come by and say hi. I'd love to meet you. A couple other events coming up in the near future, which I'll let you all know. And then the podcast is up. So I got the podcast up. It will be made completely available in the next few days. I'm waiting for it to get on iTunes. It's on Stitcher now, SoundCloud, and a couple of the other big ones. Stay tuned for that. If you have an interest in that, I'll let you all know with that. Okay, enough updates. Let's dive into today's message, which is because of this. Thank you for being patient, everybody. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Even if you're watching a replay of this, be sure to comment too, because it does help boost it out to others so they can see it. Because of this is easily one of the most powerful statements we can ever make. Because of this, for better or worse, because what happens when we say because of this, as soon as we put because, what it does is it's making a decision. And the decision is that because of whatever follows, this is why things are the way they are. Now, this can be enormously positive, right? And it can also be enormously detrimental. So let's look at the detrimental part of it first. Oftentimes we will say life has turned out the way it's turned out because of an event that happened, right? I'm not happy because of the way my parents treated me. My life is shit because of something that happened when I was 10 years old. My life, I will never be happy again. I will never love again because my husband or my wife left me. I am miserable and going to be consumed by grief the rest of my life because my sister died. Because of this horrible thing that happened, I am now doomed for the rest of my life. Because of this, I can't make more money. Because of this job that takes so much time, I can never earn more income. What happens there is as soon as you say because of this, you kill off any other possibility, right? It's like going in and saying, okay, well, here's the whole wide world around me, which we know from science now that it's actually round. It's not this flat thing that we know because this whole world around us. And what we're saying is because of this, this is the reality I'm going to choose to subscribe to. Nothing else could possibly exist out there. Do these events have an impact on our life? Absolutely, hands down. I just got done sharing with you about my best friend getting killed and doing sunrise sunset in honor of him. But there's a great example because of this. Now, because of this, the event, which was him getting killed, I could have decided that day and all these days going forward were going to be days about being sad, being upset, being angry, cursing at God, going, how could you do this to me? Why would you take that person away from me? I could have done a lot of because of this. And a lot of people wouldn't blame me for it either, right? Nobody would fault me for it, but most people are going to challenge that. And we've gotten so conditioned in our culture to not challenge those types of things. If someone says because of this, and then there's a shitty ramification because of this, we've gotten so quick to coddle and say, there, it's okay. This isn't to remove empathy or compassion. But what this is to say is the event is not the reason why things are the way they are. The reason why things are the way they are is always because of what we decided about the event and what we decide each and every day of our life going forward means. See, if life is producing results, meaning that the results we're after, emotional experience, our emotional quality of life, how we think, how we feel, how we experience life, and if it is substandard, we can't go back in time and blame that one thing because that one thing has happened. That's it. It's done and gone. We don't have the 4.1 gigawatts or the flux capacitors and all those things that Doc Brown says you need to go back to the future. So until we get to that point, we can't go back and change what's happened. But what we have full control over is right now what we can do, which is what we can all change about what happens, what it means. So let's go back to sunrise, sunset day. Here's the other side of because of this, because it can be an extremely powerful statement too. Because of this, the experience that happened, the event that happens, I've created an event that's gone on to raise $70,000 or more to a nonprofit that I think is a wonderful organization. Because of this, because of my friend passing away, because of him getting killed, I've created this ongoing, amazing community event now that's reached thousands of people from all over the world where we've been able to share sunrises and sunset. Because of this one thing that happened, friendships have been forged across continents. I've had emails from people from all over the world talking about how people they've met through the sunrise sunset or through my Facebook community have become good friends, have even started dating in some cases, right? Because of this, it's become this special day that I don't know about all you, but it's easily one of my most favorite events I do every year. And it's such a beautiful thing, and it's so simple. Because of this, it's going to be an event now that not only is focused on one person and one organization, but it's something that I envision is going to end up being a huge event globally over time, where thousands and tens of thousands of people stop to take a photo of the sunrise and sunset and look up to the sky, snap a photo, and think a beautiful thought about their loved ones, and then make a decision to live that day and honor them. Because of this, there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of organizations from all over the world on September 12th that are going to receive some sort of financial contribution from beautiful people like yourselves because you're committed to doing something in honor of your loved ones. So see, that's a much different decision. Now, does that say that I never get sad or I never miss these people? No, not at all. Right? Sadness is a part of life. But what it is saying is I'm not deciding that because of that event, I'm going to be this way and that's it. What has happened is because of that event, I've decided that this is a path I want to take going forward. And we can play with this over and over again. Many of you who have been following me on social media since back in the 1,000 Challenge days, you know that what the event was that inspired that was one of my closest friends committing suicide, then followed by my dad dying unexpectedly shortly thereafter that. Because of those events, initially I was sad, I was grief-stricken, I was consumed by these emotions I didn't have a human experience for. And then because of that, I wanted to understand people better. I wanted to understand why we do what we do. I wanted to understand my own self better. I wanted to figure out how I could heal my heart and move forward. Because of that, I made a decision to really dive deep into psychology and human behavior. Because of that, I really made a commitment to understand how we create our emotional experiences, what it takes to get unstuck, what are the necessary steps for a human being to heal. Because of that, I created the 1 year 1,000 challenge, which was if anything, it was a commitment to figure out what it took for me to be happy and to inspire others to live their best life and create their own happiness. Because of that experience, I was connected with many of you. Because of those experiences, I went on to start writing a book, doing coaching, doing speaking and whatnot. Because of that, I'm going to be doing a TEDx talk here the end of next month. That's going to be largely on the body of work of how to heal after a loss or losses of a loved one. See, there's always two paths that we could choose. There's always two paths we can choose. Sometimes there's even more than that. And each path has a because of this statement at the beginning and the end of it. Sometimes we start off on one path and we don't even realize we're on that path, right? Life happens. People influence us. They tell us how we should think, feel, what's appropriate, all this other stuff. That's not right or wrong. But it's when you have a conscious awareness, like all of you have the opportunity to have now, if you're still listening, if you're paying attention to this, it's when you have the ability to decide, hey, you know what? This path's not working out for me. Maybe I'm going to take a diversion a little bit and try this path over here. Because of this is one of the most powerful statements you can ever make in your life. It can be a statement of power and purpose, or it can literally be a statement of, what's the point? Life sucks, and that's how it's always ever going to be. Life is going to be life. There's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs, there's going to be some wonderful, amazing things, there's going to be some absolutely awful, shitty things. There's going to be way more wonderful and amazing things than the awful, shitty things, right? We know it because amazing, wonderful things happen literally every second. Our heart pumping, the oxygen going through us. If there wasn't amazing, wonderful things happening every second, all of us would be dead right now. Any of you have been on here more than 85 seconds. You'd have no oxygen going to the brain, we'd be done. But there's these amazing and wonderful biological practices happening all the time. Unfortunately, the really awful, shitty stuff happens in an instant like that. And then we take those instances and we use them as a blanket for our whole rest of our life. It becomes the umbrella we carry around. And so anywhere we go, we carry those with us. And when we do that, it obstructs us from seeing the sunshine. It takes our vision and goes in like this. Because of this is one of the most powerful statements you hold in your arsenal of tools. And if you are becoming yourself of this, becoming yourself of this, I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, somebody explain to whoever doesn't. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down here. If you're becoming yourself of this out of the quality of your life, I encourage you to make that detour and look at a different way of looking at things. I believe that life purpose is found in two places, our ultimate pain and our ultimate pleasure. It's often the pain that gets us to because of this way. But if you're willing to dig deep enough, and if you don't believe me, look at my life, the last however many years of my life. There has been so much loss in the last few years of my life. This last year alone, I lost 8 people. 8. It was literally 1 a month. These are people who I was close to, loved ones, all these types of things. And each and every time I have a because of this choice to make, right? It is, and it's that because of this choice that keeps me on this path. It's because of this choice that I'm sitting here talking with you right now. It's because of this choice that I'm able to deliver you this message. Think about the conversation we have. If I'm so because of this, my life sucks, right? We might say, oh yeah, mine sucks too. And then we can do this whole commiserating thing, but that doesn't mean anything. We sure as hell wouldn't be getting ready for sunrise sunset day. So I really encourage you. I know this has gone on a little long today, and I'm getting a little long-winded here. As my friend Johnny Aspera used to say, sometimes when we get a little long-winded, we gotta pull the cane out and yank us off stage before we lose ourselves. And I can hear him in my voice saying, Jesse, you're starting to ramble. So I'm going to cut it there. And I encourage all of you today, if you've had it because of this in your life, a defining moment in your life, and it's led you down one path and you're ready to shift it into something else, decide today, right, what your new because of this is, right? If, for example, once upon a time is because of this, I gained a bunch of weight, decide today that once, because of this, the weight I've gained, I am now committed to losing this weight and going on and living a healthy and inspired life. Whatever that is for you, but leave it in the comments so that we can all hold you accountable. And any of you watching this, if you see somebody put themselves out there, I apologize for my voice cracking a little bit. I'm very dehydrated, and food poisoning really did get me. I'm still not quite caught up in my liquids. If you see someone putting themselves out there, being brave enough to put themselves out there and make a new because of this statement, please do me a favor. Love the shit out of them. Hit that little heart button, that little like button, whatever it is, comment on them, give them a thumbs up, let them know that you are in their corner and you're cheering for them, because it takes a lot of guts and gumption to sometimes put out our because of this statements out there, because we're so conditioned now to fear what other people are going to think. One of the most beautiful things you can ever do, one of the most beautiful gifts you will ever give, is to make a new because of this statement. Because of this is going to determine the quality of your life going forward. All right, that's what I got for you all today. I hope this message has been helpful. Huge amount of thanks to those of you who have been clicking the like button a lot. I see quite a few of you. That just helps Facebook get more out of this, send out to more people. Those of you who have commented and shared, thank you so much for doing so. If you're watching the replay, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you're taking away from this. If you haven't already done so and you feel this would be of value to someone that you love and care about, be sure to tag them in the comment section or share this message with them directly. I will be back here tomorrow a little bit earlier or a little bit later. We're going to play around with some times because one of my goals is to, over this next month, to try to narrow in on a consistent daily time schedule that we can do these Facebook Lives, because I enjoy doing them. And a lot of you have been messaging me saying you're appreciating them. So as long as you're getting value out of them, I want to make sure to keep this time available. It's just about figuring out what the balance is to getting it where we can maximize our time with our friends here in the States, our friends over in Europe, Asia, Australia, around the world. So, hey, Kim, good to see you on here. All right. I will see you on here tomorrow. Be sure to share your because of this, and then lots of love to you all wherever you are, morning, noon, or night. Carpe diem. Live this moment right now and make it extraordinary, because this moment may be the last one you have. So make it count. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.